Welcome. I'm the Deadwood Jedi, and this is another Raid Shadow Legends video. I'm in my account today going over this new drop that just happened from Plarium. We got all this new information about the Doom Tower. They just put out a big thing on their message board from Valkyrie, and the Diamonds answered some of our questions here. So I thought I'd go over some of the information in this, give you a quick overview, and then I think later, going on this week, I'm going to go into some of the more in-depth stuff of what's coming up. I'll go over the champions that are being added to the game. I'll go over the gear that's being changed in the game and added to the game. There's a lot of stuff to kind of cover, so I thought I'd give you a quick overview. Really quick, guys, I know it is that holiday season. It is Thanksgiving coming up, so if I don't see you before then, have a very happy Thanksgiving. I know many of you are probably not loving what's going on right now with the pandemic and having to stay quarantined, maybe not being able to visit family. In all honesty, hopefully not visiting family. Trying to keep everybody safe would be the priority, but regardless, guys, know that you are appreciated by me, by this community. It is the best community, and you guys have been fantastic. I am going to try very hard to stream on Thanksgiving, so you guys have a chance to at least see a friendly face if you don't got any family around. Enjoy those Zoom calls, FaceTime, do what you got to do. You know what I mean? Reach out to friends, reach out to family. We're all in the same boat together, so don't be shy about it. Don't go through it alone. Make sure that you reach out to somebody out there. I think that's really important. We do have a fragment summons kind of coming up here, and I think starting today with Burgoth, this epic champion, which is kind of cool, I guess. I'm not like super excited about him in general, but you know, there's some stuff to be had there. He's an ally protection champion, or a provoke champion, I should say, and nothing wrong with that. So enough of that. Let's go in, and I want to show you guys or talk about this update. All right, so this is update 3.0 highlights, as you can see there. Basically, it's talking about the Doom Tower and everything that's coming down with that. So the Doom Tower is supposed to go live sometime in early December. I don't know if it's going to be next week, in 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I'm not sure about that timing, but if they're bringing this out already, it shouldn't be too far off. And so these are going to be some of the highlights and some of the stuff that they're talking about here. One of the basics of this game, so this kind of talks about everything. So here's the basics of it. The Doom Tower is going to be 132 floors, okay? So 108 floors are just normal. There's going to be 12 boss floors, okay? And then on top of that, there's going to be 12 secret rooms. Now, how you want to do this is you're going to try and progress all the way through. So you're going to do some of the normal floors till you get to a boss, at which point you're going to have to fight that boss. So nine normal rooms, and then boss fight for 12 floors. Basically how it goes. And then there's also going to be 12 secret rooms that I believe are unlocked on each floor. And each of those rooms are going to give their own rewards. Now, the Doom Tower itself is going to reset every 30 days. So for 30 days, guys, we're going to get 10 silver keys, 10 gold keys, and we're going to use those keys to progress through the Doom Tower. If you use a key and you don't finish that level, the key doesn't actually get wasted, so you'll get that back. Keys only get used, they only get consumed when you actually pass a level. So that's really good. You have multiple attempts to do something. Every time you advance, oh, that's not what I want to say. No, 30 days it gets reset. So you're going to try and progress all the way through. There's a normal stage and a hard stage. So you progress all 120 floors plus the 12 secret rooms. A normal. Once you pass that, then you do all 120 floors plus 12 secret rooms for hard. And at the end of 30 days, it resets. And so it starts again fresh with no progression, none of the rooms unlocked, and you have to go through it all over again. So it does give us something every month. It's a new thing for us to progress and work on. Now, I mean, this is the biggest new content thing we've had in a while in this game, so I am very excited to see how this plays, and hopefully it brings some cool and interesting mechanics to the game. As you can see, looks like there's going to be rewards on each floor that we're going to get. A lot of crafting stuff. One of the things is each of these bosses that are in this, they're going to give as rewards crafting materials, and their crafting materials are so that you can make their own unique gear like this. This is gear that is going to be unique to each boss itself. This one, for instance, gives you 15% attack and crit rate. It's like taking the attack set and crit rate set, putting them together. This one gives you resistance and immunity, so it's like taking immunity and adding resistance to it. And then this one here gives you crit damage plus a chance to deal a critical hit even against a weak even instead of a weak hit, you could get a crit hit instead. And so that's a cool little thing. And then this last one is a frost set that basically gives you a chance to resist being frozen as well as place frozen when hit. So that's kind of a cool thing. So those are the materials to craft that gear are going to come from the 4 different bosses that are available in this. And those bosses are going to rotate throughout the Doom Tower. So you might face one boss at level 10 and meet him again at like level 100. The level 100 boss will be significantly stronger than the level 10 one. But even if they are the same boss, they have the same skills. It's like doing, Dragon 10 versus Dragon 20, right? So pretty typical stuff. You get 10 silver keys, 10 gold keys every day, and those are going to reset every day, and you use those to advance through the dungeon. Each floor is going to be pretty typical, right? 3 rounds of fights. So when you're fighting on a normal floor, it's going to be 3 sets of champions that you're fighting through, 3 rounds of enemies. And then when you hit a dungeon boss, it's going to be 2 rounds of enemy and then the boss. Pretty typical stuff. The secret rooms are a little unique, though. They're going to have special conditions. So like you have to use a champion of a specific rarity, a specific faction, or a specific type to advance through that. Let's see what else. The rewards. So obviously there's the crafting sets and stuff. Also, we're going to be able to get champion fragments by doing the secret rooms. You'll also get artifact materials and stuff like that, but you're also going to get champion fragments. So they're introducing a slew of new legendary and epic champions. So when you go through the normal tower, I believe, then you get fragments for the epic champions. It's either the first half or the normal either, because there's 2 different difficulties, right? So it's either split by difficulty or it's split by half of the tower. But one half you're going to get epic champion fragments. The other half you're going to get legendary champion fragments. And the idea is that as you progress, as you go through, you're going to collect these fragments. And once you get 100 fragments of those champions, then another champion will be available that you'll get fragments for. And you won't be able to get fragments for the next champion until you complete the first one. And you're not expected to complete or get enough fragments in 1 month to get a new champion. It's probably going to take 2, maybe 3 or 4 months to do that with the Doom Tower. I think the way it's designed is take you probably about 2 months. I don't have exact numbers on that though. But it'll take you a couple months to get the fragments for a champion, and then it'll unlock the next one. Even when the Doom Tower resets, you're still going to get the same fragments for the champion that you started with. That's my understanding so far. If it's changed or that's wrong, I will let you know. But we have a bunch of new champions. So Thea Tomb Angel, who does a hex thing. We have Gromlock Skyhide, who does a leech and a decreased defense and a weaken. Maybe a good clan boss champion, I'm not quite sure. These are all the legendary ones. And Uras Soul Cage, this was one of the data mined champions from way back in the day, who does like poison as well as strength and ally protection. Looks like a really cool champion, quite frankly. Then the epics, we have Royal Archmage, who's a super speed champion. He's got this chrono isolation. He can't have his turn meter manipulated or decreased, I should say, which is really cool. So he's a really cool champion, I think. Inferno Golem, who does like some HP burn stuff, and then Elemental Conjurer, who does a block buffs thing and resurrection ability. So and Elemental Conjurer works in tandem with Inferno Golem as well as Uras Soul Cage. So there's some cool champions in there. And basically you go through and, as you collect them, you'll move on to the next one. So of those 6, when Doom Tower opens, we'll be able to get fragments from 2 of those champions. And then once you get those, it'll move on to the next ones. Now, there's also going to be rankings. So every player and every clan will get ranked in the Doom Tower once you pass floor 10. So that's a thing. And then we also have a bunch of other champions they just showed us for some reason. Pixiel, Yakral, Achak, and Grunch. Now, in general, they all seem to focus around the freeze mechanic as their special abilities. And Pixneal right here is going to be the Christmas Fusion champion. So that is very cool. I think that should be fun. She looks like a very cool champion. I think we're going to have a lot of fun with her, or be really annoyed like we were with Tormund, and still are sometimes. But she should be a really interesting champion. I think it's going to be good addition to the game. And I'm not sure how the others are being played in. They might be part of the Fusion. They might just be separate or something coming in the future. Maybe they're just going to get dropped in the game like they did with Urgust, or Ursula. Warcaller, was dropped in the game as a Void Legendary when we did the fusion for Vergum, and that might be the same thing where Pixiel is the legendary champion we're fusing, and Yak Karl is just dropped into the game. So that's a possibility. We'll have to see. Then they're also rebalancing all these artifacts, which is crazy. Removing counterattack is going from 25% chance to 35% chance. Regen from 10 to 15. Toxic from 50 to 75% chance. And what's this? Reflex from 30 to 40. Avenging from 30 to 45, Destroy from 30 to 40, and Curse from 50 to 75% chance to land it, and then the Curing set from 10% to 20% bonus to your healing. A lot of sets, a lot of them getting redone. I will go over all that in a separate video because it's just too much to go over now. And then we're also getting Christmas decorations in the Bastion. So, yay! It is sadly almost Christmas time, guys. So, bottom line. Whole bunch of new stuff just kind of came through into the game, so very cool. I'm really excited about the Doom Tower. I know you guys are too. We've been waiting for this particularly to come out for a couple years now, and waiting for some new content for quite a while. This all looks very good. I'm not sure about the artifact sets. I do like that they are improving these sets because they are all pretty trash sets at the moment. I'm not sure how significant of an improvement they are. You know, bumping percentages for 10% doesn't necessarily change the overall value of that set to begin with. So it'll be interesting to see if there's a better place for them in this game, if there's something that people are like, oh yeah, now I can use that. Maybe there's a new meta for it. We'll have to wait and see. But I'm excited to give that a shot and like crunch some of the numbers and see, is this really something that we're going to want to use or not? So I'll go over that in a separate video with you guys, as well as talking about the new sets, which I think are really cool. I am pretty excited about some of these new champions. They do look very nice. Not all of them are great, but I think they're all pretty interesting sets. None of them look like trash champions, and that's a really good thing. So I think the Doom Tower is going to be a really nice addition for us. So hopefully you guys are excited about this. You know, we've been waiting a while. Been well earned on our part. So I'm excited to see what they're going to bring. Anyway, guys, that's going to be the video for us today. Yeah. Till next we meet, I'm the Deadwood Jedi. Take care. Embrace your friends and family. Make a phone call tomorrow, guys. Just take the time and do it. It's worth it. And be safe out there if you're traveling, okay? Till next we meet, I'm the Deadwood Jedi.